What's your $10 bill worth? Well, it's obvious, right? 10 bucks. But actually, you may be surprised what you see in this video. We're going over some $10 bills that are selling online for tons of money. Did you know Alexander Hamilton, who's on the $10 bill, is the only non-president on a commonly circulating bill? That's right, Hamilton never became president, yet he made it on the $10 bill thanks to his role as the first Secretary of the Treasury and a major architect of the US financial system. Let's hop into this video, guys. This is a $10 bill from 1928. Now, if you didn't know, 1928 was the first year of issue for small size paper money. We're going to show you a quick visual of what paper money looked like before 1928. It wouldn't fit in a normal wallet. It was very large. Now, honestly, I'm a big fan of the large size bills, but this small size, if you have one, it could be really rare, even in this really bad condition. So this is what you want to look for on your 1928 $10 bill. First of all, is there a star? Look at the end of the serial number. This bill has a star, which means it is a replacement note. During the printing process, the US would make star notes in case there were damaged bills during the printing process or any sort of error. So this note replaced a damaged or error note during the printing process in the late 1920s or early 30s. Secondly, understand the better the condition your bill is in, the more money it's going to bring in auction. This bill, even though it's all stained and in really bad condition, it still sold for 192 bucks. All right, moving along to 2004, as we can see a huge change in the type of $10 bill we have here. You've got anti-counterfeiting measures on this bill. You've got color changing ink seen on the number 10 on the lower right corner of these newer bills. You have tiny micro printing that is really hard to replicate, and you've got some other features that makes it hard to counterfeit. But why is this bill really rare? Well, this is what you need to be looking out for. Look at the serial number. This is what we call a binary serial number. You can tell that you have a binary serial number by looking to see if there are only zeros and ones. Binary means ones and zeros. This bill has a binary serial number and it sold for 360 bucks. Holy cow, if we thought the first bill was in bad condition, look at this thing. This one got graded by PMG at a good 4. That is incredibly bad. Well, once again, let's check this bill out. So first of all, it is a star note. It is from 1928. The big thing here is where it's from. So this is from the Atlanta, Georgia district, and you can see that by looking at the district seal on the left-hand side of the bill. If you look closely, you can see it says Atlanta, Georgia, and it's also characterized by the large number 6 there. Here's a fun fact. There are 12 districts that your bill could come from, starting from 1 going all the way to 12. This is 6. Another thing to look for is the start of the serial number. Check this out. F is the 6th letter in the alphabet. That is no coincidence. If you had a bill that was from the 1st district, which is Boston, the start of the serial number would be an A. If it was a 2, which is New York, the start of the serial number would be a B, etc., all the way through 12, which the start of the serial number would be a letter L. That is important to know because if the number ever does not match the letter, you could have a very rare bill. To summarize, the number should match the position in the alphabet that the letter is from. So 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, etc., all the way to 12, which is L. I hope that makes sense. So look out for that because this is an Atlanta, Georgia 1928 $10 Federal Reserve note. This bill, graded by PMG at a good 4, sold for 552 bucks. All right, guys, I'm about to educate you on something you never knew about. 990 bucks this bill sold for. We're starting on the back of the bill. That small number on the bottom right-hand side, that is called a back plate position. The back plate number is an internal number to see where this specific bill was located on a printing plate. That is mainly used for internal purposes. While we're still in the back of the bill, did you know that the back of the bill is actually the first print during the printing process? It's true. Let's flip it over to the front where you'll see there is a big issue happening here. Now, it looks like someone just got an eraser and erased different squares in the bill. What's actually happening here is an insufficient inking error. Now, if you didn't know, in the 1990s, the US put a security measure on every denomination of the bills, adding magnetic ink. Now, the magnetic ink would be in certain patterns on these bills. So this pattern you see here is specific for $10 bills. And why they did this was because it's a main characteristic when feeding money into vending machines or ATMs. The machine is going to read it by looking at this magnetic ink. All you have to know know here without getting too nerdy is that if your bill has insufficient ink like this one, then you have a magnetic inking insufficient air, and this one sold for $990. All right, starting on the back of the bill. All you gotta know is $7,200 it sold for. You may be asking yourself, why? Well, the back of the bill is the first print, right? Flip it over to the front. Everything you see here that is doubled is the second print. The third print is the overprint, which includes the black seal, the green seal, and the green serial numbers, as well as the district number located in 4 spots around the bill. Pretty cool, right? So if you have a second printing error that is doubled like this, you could have a very rare bill. This one sold for $7,200. $19,200 for this 1928 numeral type Dallas $10 bill. Now this one, I'll keep it very brief, guys. First of all, I want to say that the grade could have been better, but the centering is not good. So if you have a bill with a fold in it, automatically the highest grade you can get is 58. If your bill has no folds, it should be a 60 or higher. Then, based upon the centering of the margins, you will get a higher and higher grade. The better the centering, the higher the grade can go. This one has really poor centering left to right, as you can see on the front and the back of the bill. The centering is really, really bad. But the reason why it sold for $19,200 is because of that serial number. This is a serial number 1 $10 bill from 1928. It's a beautiful note, less the centering, $19,200 it sold for. We do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video.